Hello everyone, good morning. It's Chiara and Gennaro from Agata Cooking School in Italy, in Ravello. I hope you are all safe and at home during this really hard time with the coronavirus. Unfortunately, you can't come to the Amalficos, so we decided to come into your home. And we will film a few recipes in the next days. Today we're starting with a vegetarian bolognese. And we are going first to show you how to chop the vegetables to make a vegetarian bolognese. So Gennaro will start chopping the carrots, the onion and celery, which is the base of a vegetarian bolognese. And then once the vegetables are chopped, we're going to show you how to make the vegetarian bolognese. So now Gennaro will start chopping the vegetable. We're going to start with onion. Now look what Gennaro is doing. He's actually slicing the onion first in a round shape. Very thin. Try to chop as small as possible. And then you have to cube the onion very small. Now, what is the concept of the vegetarian bolognese? When you make a traditional bolognese, the vegetable have to be as small as the meat. Now here we don't have any meat, but only vegetable, but the size of the vegetables needs to be very, very tiny because you don't want it to get chunk of vegetable under your teeth when you eat them the sauce. So the onion very small. Now we're going to move to the carrots.
È importante fare prima una base per poterlo cuocere.
Okay, what is important, what Gennaro just said, is that slice first this part of the carrot so that you can put the carrots firm on the tray so it doesn't move. And then first you slice the carrot in long. You know, slice like in a long piece. And then you chop them like matches, very small, and then in very, very small cubes. See, looks very, very tiny. And the quantity of vegetables that we're all going to use is an equal part. So equal quantity of onion, carrot and celery. So see again, he's slicing the carrots first like matches, and then he cubes them very, very small. The smell of the onion is incredible. Okay, now celery. Again, slice the celery in long, like matches. Important that you chop the celery as small as the onion, as the carrot, so always very small. And then in a very, very tiny cubes. Also, when you buy the celery, try to buy celery that is quite white, not too green. Okay, so try to chop this part of the celery, which is whiter, also, so softer. Vero Gennaro, è meglio che si
usi bianco.
Perché?
Perché è meno intenso come profumo rispetto a quello verde.
So what I asked Gennaro says, Gennaro, it's true to use the white part, and he said yes, because the white, it's less strong than the green. The flavor is not as strong as the green part of the celery. So try to buy the celery with a nice white.
Pure perché anche la cipolla non deve essere una cipolla molto.
The same, the onion, don't use strong onion. So ideally use white onion, sweet onion. We're using a pink onion, and this area, this is our onion, they're not so strong.
Perché le quantità sono parecchie.
See the quantity, they are quite a big quantity when you make a vegetarian bolognese, so important that you don't use an intense and a strong onion, otherwise the risk is that you overdo the flavor. Okay, so now vegetables chopped, equal quantity, onion, celery, carrots. Now we're moving to prepare the bolognese sauce. We're starting with unsalted butter. And then we're using Mama Agata extra virgin olive oil. You can use either virgin or extra virgin olive oil. Ideally, cook with virgin and finish with extra virgin. Well, we produce extra virgin olive oil, so we're using extra virgin olive oil.
Questa è una ricetta che può andare bene pure per i vegani. Non si mette il burro, si può mettere la margarina, il burro vegetale.
Gennaro saying if you have vegan friends, you want to make this sauce, avoid the butter, use margarine or vegetable fat. Or just use extra virgin olive oil to make the sauce. So what are we using now? It's two fat. We're using olive oil and butter. Perché usiamo due grassi?
Perché per dare un po' più di corpo alla...
In this way we give more body to the sauce, more flavor. And then we're using for this sauce olive oil and butter, the 3 vegetables. Now Gennaro will start to add the vegetables. So we're starting with onion that we finally chopped before. Then we're adding celery. See that the quantity are exactly the same. So use the same bowl so that you easily can control the quantity. So celery, onion, carrots, and see that you have 3 vegetables. Now what's going on? Gennaro is setting the vegetables. You have to know that Gennaro many years ago was an engineer, and here you are, it shows till today. So why he's actually placing the vegetable like that? Because he wants to show you a few things. He wants to show you size of the vegetable, small, same quantity and colors. Because when you start add the vegetables into the pan, the colors are more intense. But as soon as you start cooking, slowly, don't have, the heat doesn't have to be too high, medium high. The vegetables, obviously, they start to cook and the color start to drop. So what you have to check is that when the vegetable becomes translucent, you know, when you make a risotto, they always say toast the rice, make the rice translucent. That means that the rice starts to absorb the fat. The same as the vegetable. When you start to see that the color drops, so the color is not so intense at the beginning, the vegetable slowly start to absorb the olive oil and the butter. So piano piano, slowly, don't rush, and you can see that. Of course you can't smell it, but you can smell the onion, because you don't have to burn, but you have to caramelize the onion a little bit. So piano you have to let the vegetable go slowly.
La carota non devono essere carote giovani, ma devono essere carote dure, perché devono mantenere la cottura fino in fondo. È la parte che poi risulta croccante della salsa.
You know, when you buy the carrots, important you don't buy baby or young carrots, but you buy carrots that are older and stronger, because when you cook them, the carrots, they have to hold crunchy. They don't have to be soft. Also because the crunchy side part of the bolognese is given by the carrots. Because then the celery and the onion, they are softer, so they will lose, they almost melt into the bolognese. But the carrots, if you buy old carrots or stronger carrots, keeps consistency. Okay, now say it about 5 minutes, slowly, you are cooking the vegetable. At this point, you can add a nice glass of white wine. Gennaro, che tipo di vino bianco? What kind of white wine is ideal for this?
Un vino bianco secco.
Ideally a dry white wine.
Un Pinot.
A Pinot. It's also a very good wine.
Basta che non sia dolce.
Don't use a sweet wine.
Basta che un vino secco, anche se è profumato, va bene.
Even if it has a nice bouquet, it's important that you use a white, dry white wine. Now, what is important when you add wine into your vegetarian bolognese? Let the alcohol steam away, burn off the alcohol. Because if you don't let the alcohol burn off, and immediately you move to the next step, what's happening? The sauce will be bitter because the alcohol creates bitterness in your sauce. So when you're using wine in any sauce, and this is the traditional bolognese, and this is the vegetarian bolognese, or roast beef, is anything, pour the wine and then wait 1, 2, 3 minutes. Let the alcohol burn off. How do you know that? You can check a couple of minutes or smell, because it's etheric. So the alcohol is etheric and burns off, and the wine and the flavor stays into the sauce. So more or less a couple of minutes, and then your body will start to learn when you smell the alcohol into the air. Okay.
Soprattutto che sia un vino, non vino da cucina.
Okay, and now the sommelier in Gennaro is a chef, but is also a sommelier. The sommelier in him is coming out because he says it doesn't exist a kitchen wine, exists only good wine. Remember that the wine that you are using into your cooking is the one that then you will eat. So if you put quality in, you get quality out. So buy a nice white wine. Put aside a glass for your cooking, drink the rest, that's nice, but use a glass for your bolognese.
Il vino è importante perché amalgama tutti.
And also the wine is important because it brings all the flavor together, see, really like marries the flavor together and creates like a creamy consistency into the pan. So this is very important to use a really good white wine. And then we're using the Mediterranean fine sea salt. You will see that we will use in the next days 2 different salts. We will use fine Mediterranean sea salt for cooking, coarse sea salt for the pasta. This is the 3rd step. After we make the sauce, we will boil the pasta that we will add into the sauce. There you will see us using coarse salt. But for the moment we're cooking, so we're using fine Mediterranean sea salt. Why Mediterranean? And then add the salt towards the end when you add the wine, when you caramelize, when you cook the vegetable. Only then you use the salt, otherwise release too much the liquid. And at this point you have to choose a great tomato puree. Today, of course, we are using Mama Agata tomato puree. In the summer, in August, we prepare about 4,000 jars of tomato puree, which we use during the cooking class, and we ship to all of you through the world and all around the USA. What is important is that you use really a good tomato puree. It doesn't have to be a high acidity, it doesn't have to have sugar inside. It's important that you find a good balanced tomato puree using good tomatoes. We produce our tomato jars with tomatoes called Corbarino, which is a mountain tomatoes. We grow them in the mountain, and they grow with less watery and less acidity. And then once you add the tomato puree, if you see, Gennaro also washed the jar to lose no tomatoes and added the water into the sauce, which is important because it keeps the sauce moist. What is very important, never rinse the jar with wine. Because if you rinse the jar with wine and then you pour the wine into your sauce, this is a big mistake. Because there's no way that we can let the alcohol evaporate, so the sauce will be bitter. Okay, so wash the jar with water and add kind of a cup of water, a glass of water into your sauce. And then to end, look how simple, how nice, few fresh leaves of basil. At this point, you lower the heat, which is very important, and we have to now cover the sauce. Okay. Is this the right one, chef?
Yes.
Good job. Now, cover, it's very important because the sauce doesn't have to dry out immediately. So we're going to cover and cook for how long, chef?
Mezz'ora, 40 minuti.
30 to 45 minutes. Okay, now 40 minutes passed, so we cooked the sauce. The vegetarian bolognese is ready. Now what's going on? Gennaro is moving the sauce from a smaller pan to a bigger pan because we're going to mantecare, we're going to add the pasta into the sauce and together we will cook for a few minutes the pasta into the sauce. Now what's going on also there, we added water and salt. When the water was boiling, we had the rigatoni inside, and they are cooking now for about 8-10 minutes, and Gennaro added just some water from the pasta to thick the sauce. So we're going now to add the rigatoni into the pasta, into the sauce. This is quite a easy pan because it's easy to drain the water. And here you are, our beautiful Mama Agata rigatoni. Our pasta is made with durum wheat, which is a wonderful wheat produced in 2 places in Italy, in Puglia and Sicily. And this flour is not GMO, so the consistency of the flour is very rich. Now, what you have to do is to add the pasta into the sauce. So now it's marrying the pasta and the sauce together, so to get more flavor. Ideally, what you do, the pasta, Mama Agata pasta cooks 12 minutes. So you cook about 8 minutes the pasta into the water, then you drain the pasta out of the water, you add into the sauce for 2 minutes so that they can marry, the sauce and the pasta will marry, the sauce will absorb the gluten, get thicker, the pasta absorbs the sauce and get flavorful. And also the rigatoni, they're wonderful because they have a lot of lines, so the sauce sticks into the pasta and you have this wonderful marriage of flavors. So say about 2 minutes, about the next 10 minutes. Ideally keep 2 minutes aside for the serving, so that when you serve the pasta is still al dente. Okay, now Gennaro turns off the flame because what he was doing, the marriage, when he added the pasta into the sauce, the flame was on. Now he turned off the flame and he's adding a nice quantity of Parmigiano Reggiano to marry the flavor and mixing them together. A nice way of marrying to the wave. And we're adding fresh Mama Agata extra virgin olive oil. Now is the perfect time to add extra virgin olive oil. Ideally cook with virgin and finish with extra virgin olive oil because the flavor is alive and also all the antioxidant, all the healthy quality of the olive oil are alive if you add fresh at the end. And now we have to do something really terrible. We have to taste it. Okay, so we're going to pretend you are with us. So and this will be really wonderful, but for the moment we can't, but we will. So we will add also a nice Parmigiano Reggiano top of it. See how beautiful Parmigiano Reggiano, drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. It's always good to add some extra virgin olive oil. And tasting time. Some tasting time. Thank you, Gennaro. Okay, let's see it. Tasty, good, yummy. I really, really recommend you to try this vegetarian bolognese. It's outstanding. The flavor, they're married perfectly. The sauce very, very nice. So please try this wonderful vegetarian bolognese. And now, what to do? Just to say goodbye for today. We're going to toast with you with Mama Agata limoncello made with our lemons. And to you, stay home, stay safe, stay strong. With love, Gennaro and Chiara from Mama Agata Cooking School. We love you. Good. Aiuto! Fammi 3, 2, 1!
Ed è partito il video.
Che si capisce.
Se premi un'altra volta, premi un'altra volta.